Superman. I wish you would be my Superman. I want you to be my Superman, my Superman. And I drink champagne bellinis just to think about you. And I look at bridges longer when they're blue, 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 blue. Wish you were with me, baby, or I was with you. There's a difference in the end, and I think to myself, ordinary people, extraordinary life. Put together people, just holding on to life. Ordinary people, yeah, yeah. I wish, I want you to be my Superman, my Superman. Ordinary people, extraordinary life. Put together people, just holding on to life. Ordinary people, extraordinary life. Put together people, just holding on to life. Ordinary people, extraordinary life. Like a thorn across a temple, or a cradle in the dust, like a moment lost forever, like the faithful who are cursed.
Hey, would you like to look outside? Sometimes I'm just with my friends online, and there are things we'd like to change. Next thing you find you're reading about yourself on a plane paying for a change. Oh, well, just keep looking, looking, looking. And love me, yeah,
Love me.
if that's what you wanna do, no, yeah. And love me, yeah, if that's what you wanna do, no, yeah. No, you've been reading about yourself on a plane thing, what a shame. Cut up in fashion, concussion, finashing a bag of fash for fashion. You got a beautiful face, but got nothing to say. Oh, you look famous, let's be friends. To portray, we possess something important, and do the things we like, meaning we've just come to represent and decline in standards of what we accept. Yeah, 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 no. And love me, yeah,
Love me.
if that's what you wanna do, no, yeah. And love me, yeah,
Love me.
Hello? Always works. Graduands, family, friends, and academics, I would like to welcome you to your graduation ceremony. I am David, your Student Union President this year, and I have been elected to support the Solent students and the alumni. I will be working alongside the university to keep improving that student experience and to build a Solent community that you will be proud to remain a part of. As you look forward, be proud of your achievements, as every single one of you has had a unique experience here at Solent, that today is that fantastic opportunity to reflect on and celebrate all that you have achieved. As you move on to that next chapter, whether you are going to do a postgrad course or starting that search for that great new dream job of yours, use the lessons you have learnt here, both in your social and academic worlds. Remember the good times, the hardships, the wins and the failures, and make sure you use them to shape your journey. For most of you, this is only the first step, whilst for some it may be your second or third. Whatever the case, go into the next chapter with your friends, family, and make it the best of the opportunities that come your way. Because the only reason I'm standing here today is because I did challenge myself. I put myself out there. And I never gave up, because you never know what will happen, regardless of your plans or expectations. Make sure you push for that goal, strive to achieve your dreams, and meet challenges head on, as long as you do your best, you will have no regrets. As Nelson Mandela said, "Do not judge me by my successes, but judge me by how many times I fell down and got up again." As you have an access to a fantastic support network here, as you move on to that next challenge. Solent Futures will always be here to support you. The alumni service will build that community and keep you in touch with that Solent family, and there is so much more. So push for your dreams, and anything is possible, although the journey you may take may look a little bit different at the end. Next, we're going to show you a fantastic graduation video, but before that, I will end by saying good luck for the future. Enjoy your graduation, and congratulations to Solent University, School of Business, Law and Communications, class of 2018.
Attention graduates. Graduates stand please. Graduates sit down please. Everyone, Mexican wave please. Right, now that we've got that out of our system, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduating class of 2018. All your hard work, the long hours of studying, the early morning lectures, the late night cramming, the pre-exam nerves, the last minute deadline dashes. It's all paid off, and here you are, surrounded by the people who've shared your triumphs and challenges, ready to step out into the big wide world. But this isn't the end. This is just the beginning. You're joining a global community of over 60,000 Solent alumni, with connections all across the world in every industry. We'll still be here for you with advice, support, and a whole bunch of alumni benefits. So keep in touch, share your successes, stay Solent for life, and as you graduate, remember, we're immensely proud of you. Graduation countdown, any minute now. But first, some important info. Phones, tablets, and other gadgets, please switch them to silent, or be judged for your terrible choice of ringtone. There aren't any fire drills planned. If an alarm does go off, keep calm. The staff will help show you to the nearest exit. Head out to the evacuation point in Guildhall Square. We'll let you know when it's safe to come back in. If you start feeling ill during the ceremony, get to reception and let the staff know. We'll offer a first aider if you need one, and sympathy if you don't. On to the more important stuff. Graduation etiquette. This is a formal ceremony, and there are certain ways that we need to do things. But that doesn't mean don't have fun. Celebrate your friends' achievements. Clap, smile, and cheer. We'll get it all on camera, and we're live streaming today's ceremony so that family and friends from around the world can tune in. So what happens next? When this film finishes, stay in your seats. There may be a pause before the opening music starts. When you hear the music, it's time. Get on your feet, your ceremony is beginning. Please stand while the procession makes its way to the stage. Once the chair of the ceremony declares the ceremony open, you can sit back down as the stage party sort themselves out. After the opening speech, everyone graduating will be directed to the stairs on the right of the stage. Give your seating card to the staff at the lectern and wait while they announce you. Then walk across the stage, shake hands with the chair, and leave the stage on the left. Return to your seat by walking around the back and up the aisle. That's it. Relax. When everyone has been across the stage, your director of school will invite all graduands and diplomats to stand. The chair of the ceremony will then admit you to your degrees. This is when you finally become graduates, diplomates, and alumni. Trust us, you'll feel the difference. Then, sit back down again. But don't get comfortable. When the music starts up again, that's the end of the ceremony. Stand up, stay up, while the procession from the stage makes their way out. Then it's your turn, graduates. Our ushers will pair you up and move you into a nice, tidy, photographer-friendly line. Stay in line, please, and smile for the cameras. And keep moving. Don't stop in the doorway. There's a lot of people behind you. Instead, head to the marquee on Guildhall Square. We're having a celebratory reception for you and your guests. Guests. Once the students have left Guildhall, it's your turn. Make your escape and join them in the square for hugs, pictures, and celebration. Now, take your seats if you aren't already in them. Here we go. The music and your ceremony is about to start. Good luck, everyone, and best of luck in your careers.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, by the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor of the University, I declare this graduation ceremony open.
Vice-Chancellor, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduands, it's a great pleasure to welcome you to this wonderful ceremony where we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. But first, will you join me in thanking our student musicians and their tutors for the wonderful music as we entered the building today. I am Professor Julie Hall, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, and I'm pleased that so many of you have been able to come, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony and the celebrations, which I know will go on afterwards with our families and friends. It is only recently that we moved our ceremonies to the summer, hoping for light and a bit of sun to enhance the experience on the proud day. I think you'll agree that we've got enough sun today. And that light will illuminate a path of opportunity opened by your studies and thus providing a reason for optimism for us all in this time of growing uncertainty. I'm sure you'll find that your studies here have prepared you well and that you have a deeper understanding of the world around you. I hope, as well as achieving your qualifications, that you have had also a great time and that in years to come, when you're a member of our global alumni community, you'll look back fondly on your time here and will keep in touch and share with us your successes. At Open Days, we point out that graduates tend to earn more over a lifetime than non-graduates. But more importantly, they tend to be healthier, happier, and to live longer. Remembering those facts will surely reassure you that the effort and the commitment you have invested in the last few years will have been worth it. It also benefits the rest of us because graduates are more tolerant, more likely to vote and to volunteer and to provide a greater boost to economic growth and increased productivity. So on behalf of all of us here, therefore, I thank you in advance for your future contribution to the world. Of course, this means that as graduates you have responsibilities, and these can be quite daunting. But your education here has prepared you well. The personal characteristics that you have displayed to get you here today, energy, commitment, tenacity, and an open mind, will serve you well for the future and will help you to recognize and seize the opportunities that exist, albeit in an uncertain and ever-changing world. It's not easy to advise you on how to be successful and happy in your lives. Career success and life happiness represent very different things to different people. Titles such as chief executive, boss, consultant, doctor, entrepreneur, artist, manager, yes, they're all signs of success and achievement, but aspects such as family, friends, and interests outside of work also play a fundamental role in leading fulfilling lives. My advice, therefore, is, as much as possible, do what interests you. And whatever you do, do it with enthusiasm and desire. And if you don't know what you want to do, at least you know what you don't want to do. I also urge you to continue to evolve in your thinking and in your views of life. Be strong in your fundamental beliefs, but do so with compassion, tolerance, and openness to others. I am certain that the time you have spent at Solent University is a good foundation for such an approach, and I hope it has created a desire for continued learning and a readiness to adapt and change throughout your lives. So, as today marks an important day in your lives, it also represents an important day in the development of the university. Since this time last year, we have received research degree awarding powers and officially changed our name to Solent University. And our new 28 million indoor sports complex, which you may have seen across the park, has made great progress. Our employability figures have improved again, with professional and managerial employment increasing by another 7.4%. And we came 12th in the Economist League table for boosting graduate earnings. We again rose in all the National Newspaper League tables, notably rising 22 places in the Guardian Good University Guide, and we were ranked 57 out of 126 universities in the What Uni Guide. All of this was capped off recently by being awarded silver in the Teaching Excellence and Student Outcomes Framework. The first students from our programs in Athens graduated this year, and our partnerships across the world continue to grow. We were one of only 6 universities in the country to be awarded the Social Enterprise Gold Mark. As our strategy says, we are the applied university for the city and the Solent region, with accelerating national and international influence. Thus, as I have already said, you can be reassured that your hard work, combined with an increasingly successful university, has prepared you well for a successful future. Today, we are celebrating the awards of students from the School of Business, Law and Communications. And it's been a significant year of achievement and development for that school, its staff and its students. Internationalisation, real-world learning and an excellent student experience are at the heart of what we do at Solent, and we are proud of all the hard work that has gone on this year in the school. Our students took part in experiential learning events, work placements, international trips. The E-Campaign in a Day event was an opportunity for students to engage with important social issues and to use their emerging skills for the benefit of the community. This year, all they had to do was save the world. Students formed mixed professional groups and were given just 6 hours to research, devise, implement and evaluate a campaign to tackle some of the biggest problems facing the planet. The results were amazing, according to Jason McKenzie, president of the Chartered Institute of Public Relations, who joined the students for the day to offer tips and advice and to judge the final presentations. Over 50 students took part in a crisis simulation earlier this year, responding in real time to a cybersecurity issue. Students learnt the importance of stakeholder communications, planning, teamwork, and the application of theory. Students took part in work placements at major companies such as Avis, Airbus, Emirates and the Daily Echo, the National Trust, Nuffield Theatre and the Chawton House Library. The school also offered work placements abroad at Explore Asia, TVR Television in Sweden. 50 Solent students took part in the International Business and Marketing Week, where they were sent to 10 different European universities to work on 10 very different marketing projects. Our students also participated in study abroad, 1-year-long programs in Sweden, summer teaching in China, and a study trip to Budapest. Students worked on a marketing project for Cunard, promoting their luxury cabins. BA Events and Festival Management students had a very good year, with students taking part in festivals such as Bestival, Common People, and Lost and Found Festival in Malta. Finally, there were a number of individual student successes within the school that are worth mentioning. Kathleen Hedges, a business management degree student, managed to secure a place on the NHS graduate scheme after going against 18,000 people, most of whom had either a master's degree or years of experience in the NHS. Kathleen was the first in her family to come to university and had previously carried out a 1-year work placement at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and she's turned down a promotion there to pursue her life in the NHS. Our students had their creative work published in 3 anthologies, Short Stack, On the Water, and Green Gay. Josh Jones, English and media student, went on a poetry performance tour where he performed his own work in venues in Norwich, London, Nottingham, Brighton, Bristol, Exeter, and here in Southampton. MSc Project Management students won the Association of Project Management Wessex Branch Challenge, over 5 other teams from Bournemouth and Southampton universities, and the apprentices from BAA Systems. They delivered a fully functional training platform to their sponsor, with all project constraints, reducing training costs and stock usage. BA International Tourism Management student Alex Parkinson presented his work at the British Conference of Undergraduate Research in Sheffield on the findings of his project that he carried out during a work placement at the Mary Rose Museum. Event management student Natasha Lippold oversaw another successful year for Solent Works, devising, managing and delivering events such as Venture Fest, an IT fair at Winchester Guildhall, the Venus Women in Business Awards and International Women's Marketing Week. She has also supported the university's basketball team in the National League events. Stephanie Orton, another BA event management student, has secured a full-time position as an Olympic development sailor in the British sailing team in the 49er FX category and is busy working towards the next Olympics. Finally, 4 of the sports journalism degree cohort graduating this week have spent the last month working at the Football World Cup in Russia. Maybe they brought us some good luck, eh? Ashley Gregory, Amber Hemming, Callum Byrne and Tom Norris have been producing content for the host broadcast service at HBS on behalf of FIFA. They were successful in obtaining the places as a direct result of exhibiting their skills learned on the degree. Now, these are only a fraction of the school's and, most importantly, its students' successes this year. So, returning to you, our graduands, few things in life are of genuine value if they're easy, and consequently, success in higher education is far from easy. A university education is not given. It requires and demands dedication, intellectual endeavour and hard work. The nature of university education and the requirement to be independent learners means that you will only get out of it what you put in, no matter how much you pay. As a consequence, I'm sure that many of you here sharing this day with our graduates will have been called upon to provide a helping hand in their journey. And on behalf of the students, I would like to thank you, friends, family and supporters, for all the invaluable support you have given. I know that you will have learnt a great deal in your time at Solent about your chosen fields of study. You may have been taught by dedicated lecturers, many of whom are international leaders in their field, and all of whom devote their professional lives to the teaching, learning and development of our students. You've also been supported by many highly dedicated and professional people who, whilst they often do not teach, have provided the service and infrastructure that have made your success at the university possible. I would also like to thank them on your behalf. To the students who today become graduates of the university, I extend my warmest congratulations on your achievements. You will go on to contribute enormously in a wide range of occupations and professions across the southern region, the UK and internationally. We take great pride in your achievements whilst you are here with us, but equally, we take great pride in the ongoing achievements of our graduates. So, whatever you decide to do next, and wherever in the world you find yourself, you are our ambassadors. And I hope at some stage you will return to this, your university. But for now, on behalf of everyone here at Solent, very well done, and good luck for a happy and very successful future. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, as Head of Law and Criminology within the School of Business, Law and Communications, I am pleased to present some of our successful students. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduands who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English. Jasmeet Chagar. Rachel Danucci. Lauren Gullinge. Charlie Hall. Georgia Jennings. Lucy King. Eleni Clisuri. Catherine Orman. William Palmer. Holly Pitchers. Jade Pitt. George Pugh. Martin Svenning. Scarlett Vicens. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Advertising. Shannon Dunn. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Creative Writing. Jessica Bentley. Olivia Bland. Thank you. Elliot Fudge. Thank you. Lucia Harley Cowan. Ryan Hitchener. Georgia Jerry. Charlotte King. Aidan McCormack. Thank you. Sophie Mitchell. Poppy O'Brien. Greg Stark. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Film. Anna Balachi. Ramon Linares Navarrete. Maggie Morris. Carla Marty. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Magazine Journalism. Mary Lou Joy Gabriel. Maria Valentina Verduva. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Media. Daniel Jones. Catherine Hillier. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Public Relations. Claudia Wilson. Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fashion Journalism. Bethan Andrews. Lauren Bradley. Molly Brown. Christina Capone. Brenda Chivange. Chloe Cordell. Rebecca Cunliffe. Chloe Davies. Paris Edmond. Isabella Evans. Okay. Kasmin Fiaz. Naomi Greenwood. Thank you. Zoe Haynes. Eleanor Hall. Sonia Hussein. Rihanna Joseph. Eleanor Oaten. Katie Saunders. Lauren Page Smith. Thank you. Jessica Solero. Shannon Travis. Demi Tuzara. Sophia Udin. Thank you. Amy Beth Van der Loen. Benny Waku. Felicity Ewell. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduands who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Journalism. This graduand has also been awarded the Lucian Prize. Leanne Castle. Ryan Davidson. Sean Davies. Rebecca Hudson. This graduand has also been awarded the Nick Mabry Prize. Madeline Milton. Edward Morris. Thank you. Tommy Richardson. William Sancroft. Daniela Palmer. Thank you. Tandeka Sibanda. This graduand has also been awarded the Wave 105 Prize for Most Outstanding Radio Student, Amy Taylor. Isabel Truscott. Helen Williams. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Magazine Journalism. Lucy Adicott. Chelsea Batt. Hope Bullen. Harriet Douglas. Alexandra Georgieva. Emily Georgieva. Lauren Green. Gaynor Houston. Holly Ingram. Katie Louise Jeffcoat. Georgia Rose Leon. Emanuela Gimby. Natasha No. Diana Olishaba. Alicia Paynton. Louisa Probert. Charlotte Walter. Annabella Wells. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Magazine Journalism and Feature Writing. Oliver Jacobs. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Multimedia Journalism. Benjamin Ashman. Amy Barnes. Tatiana Bergen. James Griffin. Katie Howard. Ivy Kamau. Sophie Luckett. Harrison Matthews. Joshua Milson. Joshua Norton. Richard Percival. Devon Place. Tiffany Sankey. Savannah Smith. Sophie Squires. Joshua Stokes. Flair Usher. Catherine Waller. Sophie White. James Wooten. Vice-Chancellor, may I present graduates who have been awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sports Journalism, also with a special request to say it's coming home. Connor Baxter. Baldeep Chahal. Harry Clark. Jack Coslet Green. Yeah, Callum. Callan Cooper. Thank you. This graduand has also been awarded the Hampshire FA Media Project Award. Matthew Cousins. Joseph Crabb. Thomas Christopher D. Jale Dancer. Dom Demang. Dom Demang. Michael Donahoe. Jack Flanagan. Mark Francis. Joe Griffiths. Daniel Hawkins. Amber Hemming. Thomas Hayward. Frank Leach. Daniel Lewis. Don't you worry about it. Matthew Mason. Stephen McKenna. Jack Moss. Joe Newman. Francis Osinloy. William Perridge. Scott Phillips. James Pointing. Jacob Potter. Dominic Punt. Thomas Shaw Mellors. This graduand has also been awarded the Hampshire FA Media Project Award. Daniel Sheldon. This graduand has also been awarded the Hampshire FA Media Project Award. Gurpreet Singh. Jack Stevens. George Stokes. Jordan Sullivan. Connor Summers. Connor Thompson. Joseph Weeks. Jordan Wilkins. James Michael Wood. Vice-Chancellor, this concludes my presentation for the School of Business, Law and Communications.
Would graduands and diplomans please stand?
By the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor of the University, I admit you to your degrees, diplomas and certificates. Well done.
Would graduates and diplomats please be seated?
Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Gorham for the award of Honorary Doctor of Business. Robbed a bank. No, it's not an invitation, it's not an instruction, it's rather the nom de plume for Robert Gorham is best known by primarily through his radio shows and of course Bestival, Camp Bestival and Common People, the festival he co-founded, at which hundreds of Solent students have enjoyed meaningful work experiences, with thousands more having enjoyed the events themselves. Graduates, over your time at Solent University, your tutors will have talked to you about the importance of internships, of making contacts and building your own futures. They will have also talked to you about portfolio careers, and in many ways, Rob embodies everything we teach about employability, turning love, passion, and energy into something, energy for something into careers. I first met Robbie in the mid-1990s when I was working for a music magazine called Melody Maker. The lad from Warsash was running a Sunday chill-out event in South London called Sunday Best. It was a place where the UK's dance music industries chose to enjoy their post-social clubs. And invariably, it would feature Rob DJing alongside some of the biggest DJs of the day, playing left field sets. The weekly event is recognised as introducing the notion of bar culture as an accompaniment to club culture. He was still a student. Through the contacts he made at Sunday Best, Rob soon started regular work experience with Melody Maker's offshoot dance music publication, Music, spelt M-U-Z-I-K. He is described this as being the tea boy. Well, he must have made exceptional tea because he was offered the job as staff writer on graduating. In truth, he proved himself to be a first-rate member of the team, as well as being an excellent writer. Indeed, in a short time, he was promoted to features editor, then assistant editor, before leaving to edit pioneering dance website World Pop. I can't read my own typing. A life as a leading light in music journalism seemed to beckon. Rob had other ideas, though, and in 1997, Sunday Best developed into a record label, which was signed as a subsidiary of multinational BMG Records. Sunday Best Recordings became home to acts such as Groove Armada, and demand for his DJing grew, and in 2002 he quit journalism to work full-time on a growing multitude of music-related ambitions. Among these was working as a radio DJ. Rob launched a specialist show on Radio 1 alongside fellow DJ and journalist Chris Coco, and soon after the duo began broadcasting the Blue Room show early on Saturday mornings. 2 years later, they added a Sunday morning show, The Blue Room, which ran for 4 years. In the same period, Rob took Sunday Best on the road to the UK and hosted stages at festivals, including Radio 1's Glastonbury stage, which became the final party for the festival, and what a party it was. Sunday Best also launched a series of free parties in Ibiza, which soon became a welcome feature of the White Islands clubbing season for some years. Not content with simply playing other people's music, in 2004, Rob released an album under the alias Lazy Boy. His radio career also really took off as an unexpected consequence of the untimely death of the legendary radio personality John Peel. Rob was offered the huge task of filling the DJ's enormous metaphorical headphones as his stand-in. This would lead to a long-standing evening show on Radio 1, which specialised in promoting new and upcoming talent. He also hosted a Friday night, Saturday morning BBC One radio show focused on left-field electronic music until 2014. Excuse me. It was in September 2004 that Rob and a team that included his wife and creative business partner Josie launched Sunday Best's first festival. Known as Bestival, it immediately drew a 7,000 strong audience on the Isle of Wight. And by 2010, the Isle of Wight-based festival was bringing in crowds of 55,000 people and quickly became known as the new Glastonbury. Awards inevitably followed, and Bestival won Best Major Festival at the 2015 UK Festival Awards, having won Best Medium-Sized Festival in 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2009. Then Best Major Festival in 2010, 2012, and in 2015. Fans' Favourite Festival in 2011, and Best Innovation in 2005. In 2017, Bestival relocated to the grounds of Lulworth Castle in Dorset, where the festival has taken a role at the vanguard of defining the next phase of music festivals. Less about the biggest headliners, Bestival has taken the atmosphere and experience that always made it special and built on it. Anyone who's ever followed Rob's Twitter feed will know how important his family is to him. Little surprise then, he and Josie launched the family-friendly festival Camp Bestival in 2008. It was a festival like no other. Each day stars from CBBC like Mr. Tumble Kids presenters Dick and Dom were programmed alongside pop stars, great bands, and just to finish off a perfect day, headliners that were just nostalgic enough to remind parents that there was a life before kids. Camp Festival won the Best New Festival Awards for UK Festivals Awards in 2008 and Best Family Festival in 2009, 2010, 2013 and 2014. In 2015, Rob and his team launched Common People in Southampton and Oxford, a metropolitan festival that became an eagerly anticipated event in the local calendar. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Rob was awarded the Outstanding Contribution Award at the 2014 Association of Independent Festivals Congress Awards. More recently, Rob's interest has grown to include music synchronization for TV and film. Earworm, the award-winning company he formed with long-term business partner and former editor of music, Ben Turner, in 2014, offers a music supervision, original composition and talent procurement service for film, TV, video games and advertising. The commissions have included music supervision for Beauty and the Beast movie, which my daughters are very happy about, BBC drama From There to Here, original composition for the movie The Martian, HBO shows The Leftovers. Rob has been an active supporter of Solent since 2009, when a group of our students were first offered work experience in artist liaison. Since then, the relationship has grown to include almost every area of the festival. As a result, our students have performed live and mixed sound, worked as lighting engineers, provided sound monitoring, crewed the stages, helped produce the daily paper, and filmed and live mixed some of the amazing footage that has been used in the films that have been broadcast subsequently. Solent students have always been credited. We've always supported them with short films, most notably the tent recycling campaign in 2010. And this year, Festival was also the first festival to announce a ban on plastic straws and bottles at their event. Throughout our work with Rob, his team have taken the role as responsible employers seriously. He's always approached the work experiences with utmost respect for the needs of students. And if that's not enough, he's also supported our graduates in numerous ways, from offering advice to even signing Cholumbian, otherwise known as music journalism graduate Mitch Stevens, to the record label. Rob has also been a long-standing supporter of Solent's own music event, Smile Fest, having been a guest on numerous occasions, and at one, immediately booking one of the student bands, the Widowmaker, to perform at Camp Festival. Over 10 years of Solent working with Rob, he has proven to be an inspiration to students and staff alike. It's been an honor to work with him. Throughout his career so far, everything he has done has come from passion. He's embraced everything with passion. He's forged great teams and partnerships to put passionate plans into place. And he's done it all with integrity. I therefore conclude this citation by asking for the conferment of the award of Honorary Doctor of Business on Robert Gorman.
I'm glad I didn't do anything else with my life. I was starting to get a bit tired up there. Thank you, Martin. Yeah, slightly embarrassing, but a nice little rundown on what I've been doing. And so what an honour, and thank you. Congratulations to all the graduands, which is a new one on me, but yeah, amazing. And reassuring we all look as daft as each other in this get-up, so yeah, well done. Well done for making it through. I know you've all been diligently beavering away, heads in your books, definitely not down the pub, definitely not sunbathing on the common. But sadly, it is time to come into the real world and face facts. You probably owe about 5 years of your wages in student loans. Donald Trump is still somehow, sadly, president of the USA. We're leaving Europe, maybe, depends what day it is. But on the plus side, England are in the World Cup semi-final. It's coming home. And we've had 16 days straight of heat wave. You really couldn't make it up. I remember, it was a long time ago, yes, but I do remember my graduation day very clearly back in the black and white days of 1995, before probably most of the guys over there were even born. Even madder, there was no Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. What the hell did we do all day long? But despite 4 years of ingesting psychoactive substances, non-stop raving and very little lecture attendance, university was definitely some of the best years of my life. No doubt gave me many of the life skills I've needed so far, and I'm sure has done for you guys too. I know that many of you are journalism students. My first job, as Martin said, was as a music journalist. And despite the internet, in fact, maybe because of the internet, good quality journalism, honest and with integrity, is needed more than ever. And for those with English degrees, a command of our beautiful language in a world of FOMOs and pizza emojis is a huge quality to have too. It's particularly sweet to be here at Solent Uni, thanks in large parts to Mr. Martin James. You know, you've been part of our festival journey with my festivals, Bestival and Camp Bestival. It's always amazing to find your guys squirreled away, hiding in a small tent full of AV gear, clicking away in an electric storm. You know, in gales, torrential rain, or baking in the sun on stage trying to film a pogoing thrash metal band. Solent have and continue to deliver an amazing record of my festivals. From capturing a tipsy Amy Winehouse with eyeshadow streaked across her face playing her last ever festival, to the Beastie Boys stealing my golf buggy and driving it recklessly around the site on their last UK gig, from Stevie Wonder sitting on the ferry happily chatting to randoms, to Elton John flying in a shiny black chopper wearing an Adidas shell suit, no less, and to Florence and Foles doing their first ever headlines. The documenting has been second to none, so thank you. Well done, Solent. So I'll stop droning on now and let you out into that real world. Please do believe that you can change it. Have the courage of your convictions and don't let the maniacs win. Fight for your right to party and go forth and multiply. Thank you.
Linton Kwesi Johnson for the award of Honorary Doctor of Letters. Linton Kwesi Johnson is a superstar in the literary world. The Arts Council of England describes him as one of Britain's most influential and important voices. Yes, the English department here at Solent are a little starstruck today, and I hope to persuade you why. Linton's poetry blends the rhythm of reggae music with his lyrical, measured voice. I have never quite recovered from my first experience of hearing Linton's live poetry performance. With his courtly grace, calm intelligence, and ability to cut right to the crux of what really matters, he embodies many of the qualities we aim to instill on the students on our courses. We believe that this contributes to our being in the top 16 of all UK English degrees. When Linton was a scholarship boy in Chapeltown, Jamaica, he dreamed of becoming an accountant. Luckily for us all, life has taken a very different turn. Linton moved to the UK in 1963 and achieved a degree in sociology from Goldsmiths, University of London. He is a fellow of the Royal Society of Literature. Linton's career as a poet and recording artist spans more than 5 decades. He is widely considered to be the father of reggae poetry. His recordings are amongst the top-selling reggae albums in the world, and his poetry has inspired generations of literature students to celebrate the continually evolving nature of the English language. Linton is one of only 2 living poets to be published by Penguin Modern Classics, from the many canonical poets whose works are celebrated in this illustrious collection. He has published 5 volumes of poetry, cut 18 albums, and has created numerous contributions to contemporary journalism. Most importantly, Linton embodies many of the qualities we so value in Solent English: creative enterprise, political engagement, positive leadership, and original contributions to the field of literary studies. Sharon Atkin in the Caribbean Times suggests that, quote, "The name Linton Kwesi Johnson conjures up images of leadership, strong views, and direction. He is the acknowledged head of the new wave of performance poets whose work welded politics and social conscience with a potent challenge to those in power," unquote. Linton has been awarded numerous honors, only a few of which include the C. Day Lewis Fellowship and the role of writer-in-residence for the London Borough of Lambeth.
He served as the first paid library resources and education officer at the Keskery Centre in London, a centre for black arts and theatre, where his contemporaries included, so I understand, amongst others, a young Bob Marley. As a staff writer, Linton worked his way up to becoming the poetry editor for Race Today magazine. His journalism has appeared in magazines such as New Musical Express, Melody Maker, Black Music, and Jazz Review. Linton was awarded a Silver Musgrave Medal from the Institute of Jamaica for distinguished eminence in the field of poetry, and the Golden Pen Award for a lifetime's distinguished service to literature. Linton suggests that he began to write verse not only because he enjoyed it, but as a way of expressing the anger and the passion of the youth of his generation in terms of their struggle against racial oppression. A friend who worked for Virgin Records convinced him, so I understand, to make a demo tape, and he met Richard Branson in a small Chinese restaurant in High Street, Kensington. Branson said he liked the tape, signed Linton on, and thus became a magnificent reggae artist, in his own words, rather by accident. The release of his first album, Dread Beat and Blood, created the new literary genre of reggae poetry and introduced his as one of the most significant voices of the post-Windrush generation. Linton's writing provides a political and social commentary on cultural crises, from the New Cross fire and Brixton riots to the murder of Stephen Lawrence and the recent Grenfell Tire tragedy. His dub poems serve as anthems for those too often overlooked in public narrative. Linton's typically self-deprecating humor and modesty cannot conceal the fact that as one of Britain's national treasures, he is indeed a top-notch poet. In recognition of his outstanding contributions to literature and the arts, I conclude this citation by asking for the conferment of the award of Doctor of Letters on Linton Kwesi Johnson.
Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, faculty members, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm very pleased to be sitting next to Rob the Bank. We happen to be, we're both alumni of the same university, Goldsmiths, only when I graduated in 1976, he was only 3 years old. I have just a couple of things to say. For most of my adult life, I've been active in black, radical, and revolutionary movements, combating racial injustice and class oppression. Indeed, my poetry and music was born of that activism. I am a child of the Caribbean artist movement. I have said elsewhere that I was what its cooling embers spawned. The Caribbean artist movement was founded in 1966 by the Barbadian poet and historian Kamau Brathwaite, John LaRose, Trinidadian publisher and political activist, and Andrew Salkey, Jamaican author and broadcaster, at a time when racial hostility against Caribbean migrants from the British colonies was intense. It was a time when the barriers against racial integration seemed insurmountable. In her book on the Caribbean artist movement, Anne Walmsley writes, They sought to discover their own aesthetics and chart new directions for their art and culture, to become reacquainted with their own history, to reinstate their African roots, to establish links with the folk through incorporating the people's language and musical rhythms in Caribbean literature, to reassert their own tradition in the face of a dominant one. That is where I am coming from, and that is how I arrived here. At no time have I ever sought validation from the arbiters of English poetic taste. When my book, then titled My Revolutionary Friend Selected Poems, was first published in 2002 by Penguin in their Modern Classics series, it was the Daily Telegraph that sounded the alarm that the fortifications of the canon of English poetry had been breached. Reggae Radical joins Betjeman, it announced on the front page of its March the 8th issue. Needless to say, the self-appointed gatekeepers of the canon wasted no time in taking up positions against the unprecedented, impudent intrusion. I found their fatuous indignation mildly amusing. However, I felt it incumbent on me to set their minds at ease, which I did, in a lecture I gave at Leeds University titled Writing Reggae, Poetry, Politics, and Popular Culture on the Roots of My Poetics. The late John LaRose calls the Windrush generation the heroic generation for what that pioneering first generation of post-World War II Caribbean migrants were able to achieve. Notwithstanding the government's hostile environment of recent times, 70 years after the arrival of the Empire Windrush, which brought the first batch of migrants from the British Empire, we can say without equivocation that we have an anniversary worth celebrating. In spite of the racially hostile environment that greeted us, in spite of the color bar, in spite of the racist and fascist attacks and murders, in spite of institutionalized racism, in spite of the protracted war of attrition that the police have been waging against young black males, in spite of the newer, more subtle forms of racism, British Caribbean people have by and large integrated ourselves into British society. We have had to build autonomous organizations and cultural institutions. We had to organize, agitate, educate, mobilize, demonstrate. We had to resort to riots, uprisings, and insurrections in order to move from the periphery of British society to get a little bit closer to the center. It was, in a word, a struggle, and the struggle for racial equality and social justice continues. There are at least 7 descendants of the so-called Windrush generation in England's 2018 World Cup football squad. That is significant. Moreover, I am here to receive an honorary degree, my first from a British university. That too must be of some significance. Finally, I would like to say that it is with humility and gratitude that I accept an honorary doctorate from Solent University. Thank you very much.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasant task of thanking all of you for your part in today's ceremony, of endorsing the Deputy Vice-Chancellor's best wishes to you, and then closing the proceedings. I accept that it's been very warm in here today, but this is really a true highlight of the university year, and I hope that everybody has enjoyed it as much as we have. Now, there is a good reason why we've all got dressed up today. And has already been said, and if the Chancellor was here, he would say it as well, that if you think we look strange up here, wait until you see yourself on the video. Now, if the Chancellor was here, he'd say a few other things as well. He very often counts the number of students who go across the stage chewing gum. He counts the number who say, "Cheers, mate." I didn't have any of those, but I did have a "Cheers, bud," which I don't think the Chancellor has had. But of more interest, somebody did go across and apologise for their very sweaty palm. And I could reassure them that they were certainly not the only one. Anyway, academic dress that we're all wearing today is a ritual which goes back to the very first universities, when the first academics were often clerics or aspiring clergy, and excess in terms of dress was frowned upon. So gowns and hoods had a very practical function, keeping individuals warm and protected from the weather. I'm sure you have noticed that that is not exactly an issue or requirement for us today. However, the ceremony, the tradition, and the formality are all important as we take time to mark your communal passing from the world of study to that of work and further participation in society. For us, it is a pleasure to see you gowned, and it is a fitting way to celebrate your achievements. I do, however, smile at the observation of Robert Orban, who said that a graduation ceremony is an event where the ceremony speaker often tells thousands of students dressed in identical caps and gowns that individuality is the key to success. As the Deputy Vice-Chancellor said earlier, this is a special moment in everyone's lives, and one which I know will be remembered for many years to come. We hope you will recall your time at university with fondness and with pride, and that you carry with you the creativity and the energy for which this university is becoming so well known, and which was so clearly demonstrated in the citations and the speeches with regard to our honorary doctorates today. Indeed, the Royal Society of Arts describes the university as an angel of creativity in recognition of the enterprising and innovative way we do things. So all of us here today will leave the Guildhall with vivid memories of the last hour or so. It is a very important day for everybody. We will all have different thoughts and memories of what has happened here. But the overriding image for me is of successful people looking back on a considerable achievement, but also forward to a successful and exciting future. Although many coming across the stage today also seem to be looking forward to tomorrow night under the mantra of "It's coming home." But in the celebratory atmosphere of today's graduation, we shouldn't forget the hard work, perseverance, and in some cases, sacrifices that have put you all here today. Many of you will have achieved things that wouldn't have seemed possible when you started your studies a few years ago. And as the Deputy Vice-Chancellor said earlier, being a student today in higher education is challenging and by no means easy, and changes in funding and other pressures are making student life more difficult in many different ways. But you have survived all this, and indeed you have flourished. In addition to academic achievement, you will have learned something about living and working with other people from very different backgrounds. You'll have learned about self-discipline, and from what I hear, you've also learned about partying. You can now enjoy the success that your efforts and abilities have earned, and let me be the first to greet you as graduates. Well done. Now, there is another group of people that we should celebrate today, and I mean your families and your friends, all of whom have played a vital part in your success. They have offered encouragement, support, and love, and unstinting expenditure of time, effort, and money. I can relate to all of that with 3 children recently going through or having gone through university, and my daughter graduated last week. And the Vice-Chancellor presiding last week did say that this is one of the proudest days for friends and family, and if you are going to ask for more money, today is a good time to do it. Your families have watched anxiously while you flew the nest. They have come to visit you in shared kitchens of unspeakable squalor and tried to look happy as you turned up unannounced at weekends with container loads of dirty laundry. I can't tell you how much I can relate to that, and I think the least we can do is join in thanking them and saluting their part in today's success stories. Will you stand, turn to your friends and families and give them a huge round of applause, please? Go on, louder. Thank you, well done. On your behalf, I also want to thank the university staff for making all this happen and for their skills, support, and most especially for their excellent teaching. We all know that one never forgets a good teacher, and I think this is particularly true in the higher education and university phase. And here on stage, and in this university in general, we have a group of teaching staff who are outstanding in their commitment, their care, and their dedication. They have played an important and memorable part in your lives and in building an excellent and growing reputation for Solent University, and I hope you have the opportunity to engage with them after the ceremony. Please show your thanks now. So it only remains for me to wish all those graduating today every possible success in the future, and to thank you all for being here to make this such a happy and memorable occasion. For those of you in particular who have traveled long distances to be here today, I do wish you a very safe journey home. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, by the authority vested in me as Vice-Chancellor of the University, I now declare this graduation ceremony closed.